Good morning, class. Welcome to the first day of fourth grade math coming from Mrs. Duarte's classroom. I'm really excited to be back, to be here. I can't wait till I'm here and seeing some of your faces. So the first thing we introduce in fourth grade is our fourth grade math dictionary. You could use something like this, a notebook. These, I think, are 25 cents at Walmart right now. You can use something like this. I do not suggest that you use the same notebook as what you're doing your math homework in, because you're going to fill that one up really quickly, and I want your math dictionary to be all in one place. We've got a couple definitions we're going to add today, and then we have more that we'll be adding throughout the year to our dictionary, and it's really helpful. Excuse my bell. It's really helpful if you have all your definitions in the same place so that you can find them when you need them. In addition to these two options, you could just use loose leaf notebook paper and add it into a 3-ring binder, or you could use printer paper, punch a couple holes in it, add it to your binder. That's a great option as well. So, before we really do anything, I would like you to find some paper and start your math dictionary. You're going to want to label it as a math dictionary, and then I like to put boxes around each of my different definitions just to help me keep everything organized. If you were here in class, I would have you take your piece of paper, fold it in half again, so that you've got 4 boxes on your sheet of paper to be able to start writing some definitions. Now would be a great time for you to pause. I'll get my head out of the way here. Pause the video, get these down in your math dictionary, and then when you come back, we're going to talk about them a little bit. So, starting with this, the words that are in your math book are addend and sum. And I didn't really write a definition for you because I think the picture works better than words in this case. The numbers that we add together are our addends. The number that 2 addends equal when they're added together is our sum. So addend plus addend equals sum. All right, the second one we're going to talk about here is the commutative property of addition. These are big fancy words that mean when I add 2 numbers together, it doesn't matter what order I add them in, I'm still going to get the same answer. 7 plus 4 is 11. 4 plus 7, still 11. And that works for addition anytime, no matter what. We're going to come back to this one in just a few minutes. Let's come over here and start our lesson. So our lesson today is a review of addition. And Saxon likes to start things out nice and easy. So this really should be a review, something that you've heard before. They want us to write a number sentence for this picture right here. So I hope that you can see it. I have 5 dots on this number cube, and I have 4 dots on this number cube. So how would we turn that into a number sentence? We're reviewing addition, so I definitely want to use a plus sign. And figure out what 5 plus 4 equals. If you got 9, you would be correct. 5 plus 4 equals 9. Now, could we have done that a different way? Think back to your commutative property of addition. Yeah, it doesn't matter what order I put this in. I could flip it around and say 4 plus 5 equals 9. Both of those number sentences are true. All right, so we're going to practice a different skill. Well, really the same skill, but we're going to make it a little bit trickier here. Let's take the numbers 4, 5, and 6. And I want to come up with a lot of different ways to add these numbers. And I want to see if I'm getting the same answer every time. So I can start with exactly how I wrote them. 4, plus 5 plus 6. Now I need the answer. Is there a trick that I could use to figure out this answer? If you're saying or thinking, make a 10, you would be correct. I'm looking at my 4 and my 6 and going, oh, that equals 10. So 10 plus 5, I can do that in my head, it's 15. 4 plus 5 plus 6 is 15. How else can I add those three numbers? Well, the commutative property tells me I can flip them around. So I'm going to do that. Instead of starting with 4, I'm going to do 5 plus 4 plus 6. What do I get when I add those three numbers? Make a 10. 10 plus 5 is 15. It's still the same answer because I'm still adding the same three numbers. Is there another way that I could add those three numbers? Let's see, I started with the 4. I started with the 5. Can I start with the 6? Six plus 4 plus 5, does that still equal 15? Sure does. Phew, I'm done, right? If you're saying no, you would be correct. So, what else can I do? I started with the 4 here, but I have 4 plus 5 plus 6. Can I do another start with 4? What would I have to do to change this so that it's not the same as this one? I can flip my 5 and 6. Instead of 4 plus 5 plus 6, 4 plus 6 plus 5. Does that still equal 15? Yes, it sure does.
Okay.
What about this one? Can I start with 5 again? I sure can. I can flip 5 plus 6 plus 4. Still equals 15. Can I start with 6 again? Definitely. 6, and then I want to flip these, plus 5 plus 4 equals 15. So if I have three numbers that I'm adding, you're going to be able to find 6 different ways to rearrange those numbers, to add them together. You're going to see problems like this on your homework today, so make sure that when you do it, you have 6 different ways. And it's a good idea to be organized about it, to do 4 and 4, 5 and 5, 6 and 6 as your starting numbers. That'll help you make sure you get them all. Okay? So right now for practice, I want you to try this skill. I'm going to give you 3 numbers, really easy, 1, 2, and 3. And I want you to find 6 different ways to add 1 plus 2 plus 3. Go ahead and pause the video, work on that, and when you come back, we'll have the answers on the board. All right, if you have unpaused, these are the 6 equations that you should have come up with. I just didn't put the answer down. What can we do to figure out 1 plus 2 plus 3? They're low numbers. We could just count. I always start with the big one. I put the big number in my head, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or I could notice, hey, that's going to make a 3, and then it's a doubles problem, so 3 plus 3 is 6. Either way you do it, you're going to get 6 as your answer. If this is what you have on your paper, give yourself a pat on the back. You are awesome. You're rocking this first day of 4th grade math. All right, I told you that after we practice the commutative property a little bit, we'd go back and talk about that identity property. So I'm going to turn my camera a little bit. The identity property, think about the word identity. Your identity is who you are. Me. I am Mrs. Duarte, that's my identity. Think about the identity of a number. Let's take my favorite number, 24. This is 24. If I add anything to it, if I take anything away from it, I'm changing its identity. It's not 24 anymore if I add 1. It's not 24 anymore if I subtract 5. So there is a number that you can add to any other number in the world, and you're still going to get the same identity. Can you figure out what that number is? 0. We're adding nothing. If we don't change it, it's still 24. It still has the same identity. So we have a number that represents nothing, which is 0. And the identity property says, anytime you add 0 to any other number, you're still going to get that number. So really, the identity property is just a fancy way of explaining something that you guys already know. You know that 125 plus 0 is 125. You know that 5,672 plus 0 is 5,672. You're doing great. All right. The last thing I want to talk about today is just some language that you're going to see. So in word problems, if you have been using Saxon for any length of time, this is really just a review, okay? We know that we have an addition word problem if we see certain keywords. So today's keyword is more. And you are going to learn or review the strategy sum plus some more equals our total. Okay, I am going to give you an example of that. DJ had 5 marbles. He bought 7 more marbles. Then DJ had 12 marbles. All right, so what did we start with? He had some marbles. How many marbles did he have? He had 5 marbles. Then he bought some more. He bought 7 more marbles. After that, he had a total number of marbles. He had 12 marbles. So in the word problems that you see, they're going to be skipping one of these pieces. That story that I just gave you the whole story. But imagine that it had said, DJ has 5 marbles. DJ bought 7 more marbles. How many marbles does DJ have? You would need to be finding out the total. It could also say, DJ had some marbles. DJ bought 7 more marbles. So then he had 12 marbles. How many did DJ have to start with? In this case, you're finding the sum number. You're finding this 5. It could also have said, DJ has 5 marbles. DJ bought some more marbles. Now DJ has 12 marbles. How many marbles did DJ buy? You would be finding out this middle number, the some more part. So the way we do that is using fact families. And that is going to be a lesson for another day. Today, I want you to practice with this next word problem. Matthias saw 8 ducks. Where does that go? He saw 8 ducks. Is that what he started with? Is that some more that he added? Or is that the total? He saw 8 ducks. It's the first sentence, and I think it's the number that we started with. 8 ducks. Then Matthias saw 7 more ducks. Oh, we heard that word more. That's our some more. He saw some more ducks. Well, how many more did he see? He saw 7 more ducks. How many ducks did Matthias see in all? We're going to add some more. That's an addition problem. All right, 8 plus 7. Man, that's a tricky one. Although you guys are in 4th grade, you got this. 8 plus 7. I should be hearing some 15s out there. He saw 15 ducks. Okay, so I want you to do me and your parents or your homeschool teacher a favor. When you write down your problem in your homework, put a box around the answer. That way, whoever it is that's checking your math homework each night is going to really easily be able to find the answers, and it'll save everybody some stress and a headache. You can go, oh, problem 1, right there, 15 ducks. I boxed it in for you, Mom. All right, our next practice problem. You're going to find the missing addend. And in 4th grade, we like to start to introduce letters to math. So let's say 4 plus n equals, give you an easy one to start with, 7. 4 plus n equals 7. What is this n? Just pretend that you went back to kindergarten and they put a triangle there. They used to like to use shapes. Now we use letters. So 4 plus n, we're trying to figure out what number goes there. 4 plus what equals 7? If you said 3, you're absolutely correct. 4 plus 3 equals 7. Just figuring out that missing addend. Remember, addend plus addend, what's this? Equals what? Sum. You got it. Addend plus addend equals sum. You are going to see those words in your homework, and you'll need to know what they are. So the more you think about them and use them, the better prepared you will be. All right, ladies and gentlemen, right now would be time for you to start your lesson practice. If you've got the Saxon Math book, lesson practice is on page 12. And after you do that and you have your homeschool teacher check your answers, then you are free to start your homework for the day, which also starts on page 12. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you again soon.